There we go. Lovely. Well, hello. Let me get this situated here. I want you to be able to see my cards. Excuse me. I don't want to knock over my camera. Take notice of my hair before it falls or does anything crazy, because it's been really humid here and it looks beautiful right now. Pay no attention to the roots. Just that swirly thing. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Hi. How are you? I'm Heather Peterson Lockhart, and I am the Chiefess. Welcome to your reading for all signs for the full moon in Leo. I was really trying to get on here earlier, excuse me, when the sun was still out, because I feel amazing when the sun is out, and also because these lights really bug out my eyes. So we're going to move through this fairly quickly because my eyes will become progressively more and more red and irritado. So, and you know, it's just not my most favorite thing. So anyway, but if you snooze, you lose. I did get to enjoy the sunshine. We had some sunshine today for the first time in a while here in Georgia. We've had like a ton of rain. So it was really nice to have some sunshine today. So I did get to be outside. Anyway. All right. So let's do the thing to calm down before we get started here together. So, because when we all come together, so check this out. We had a beautiful gathering at our home the other day, on January 20th, which is when Pluto and the sun, Pluto conjuncted the sun right before the sun moved into Aquarius, quickly followed by Pluto. And Pluto will spend the next like 20 years in Aquarius. He'll pop briefly back into Capricorn, but he's in Aquarius for a while to stay. And that's largely what we're going to talk about for this reading, because it's a game changer, and we're really feeling Aquarius energy now, because we have had so much Capricorn energy with Pluto and Capricorn. But now that Pluto has really shifted, we're really feeling the change. So, I lost my point. I lost my train of thought. I'm not sure what I was going to say. But anyway, hello, love. Hello. I don't know. It doesn't matter what the heck I was going to say. I think I was just going to say we're going to breathe. That's what I was saying. We had a gathering in our house on the 20th. That's right. And we were talking about that. So when everybody comes together, including when we're on here, you have your own bubble. You have your own energy bubble. This is for real, for real. I will tell you when it is the gospel truth. I will tell you when it is my opinion, and to the best of my ability, of course. It is the gospel truth that you have an electromagnetic field around you, approximately 2 meters in nature, depending on your conductivity. Okay? So you have this bubble around you that is transmitting and receiving energy at any given second. And you have to remember that only part of us is actually here animating this physical vessel, and the larger part of us, the larger part of our energetic self, is actually present in all that is. Present here and present in all that is at the same time. So that's a whole lot of presence. There's that word again. Every time. And so what we're doing when we come together, when we tone this heart chakra bowl and we take a few seconds to breathe and to center our own energy, we're bringing our bubbles together and we're calming down our bubbles, and our bubbles get to access each other's bubbles, and it helps us create more conductivity and creativity, which is the name of the game. That helps us increase our health, our happiness, and our ability to manifest goodness. That's the truth. Humans are meant to be in tribes. We are gregarious creatures. We're not born in eggs. We're not born to lone it. We're born in a group. And so we're supposed to be in groups. And a whole lot happens when we're in a group that we're knowing, and then there's a whole lot that most of us are not even knowing that's still going on and affecting our conductivity. We don't even know we have conductivity, most of us. That's a whole new word when you put it on a human, right? We're going to talk a lot about it, especially moving forward with Pluto in Aquarius and changing into air signs and moving more quickly and increasing the conductivity of the human. Yes. So, before we get too sciencey, let's close our eyes. This is a heart chakra bowl. And so, I'm going to play this. It's going to help us center. We're going to take some big breaths. We're just going to calm down and clue in and help ourselves center a little bit. So when you take a big breath in like this, and when you let it go out your mouth, you might want to make noise. It's called an auditory exhale or an audible exhale. Like this. Not a football play. Anyway, go like so. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you hear yourself, your body hears that breath when you're breathing. It helps your body calm down. Your body is separate than you. You are your soul. You are not your body. You're animating your body. Your body is a conscious vessel awaiting your better participation. So when the body is told beautiful things and told to calm down, and it is spoken to in cooperation with, the response is amazing. So if you would like to join me, we're going to close our eyes. Go ahead and put your feet flat on the ground if you're seated, and if you're in a chair. If you're seated on the ground, you might want to sit crisscross applesauce and go ahead and open your hands. All right? Open your hands and close your eyes. And bring your belly button forward so you engage your lower spine and your lower abdominal muscles. And take a big breath in through your nose. And let it go out through your mouth. And in through your nose. Out through your mouth. And one more big breath in through your nose. And release through your mouth. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Feel the new breath and the new energy in your fingers and your toes. Let your ears giggle and your shoulders tickle. And take one more big breath in through your nose and let it go out through your mouth. Take your left hand and put it on your chest. Take your right hand and put it on your left. And say, I love you to your body. I love you, body. And say, I love you to this earth that hosts our vessel. I love you, earth. And say, I love you to a power greater than we. Flowing daily, beautifully. To all that is. And relax your hands and open your eyes. This is a meditation. Congratulations. How lovely. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. Okay, so we are going to do a reading for all signs. This is the full moon in Leo. This is a really big deal. This is the first time we're really going to feel this Aquarian energy. When I say that, let me tell y'all what it means. Give me a little bit of background here. So Pluto just moved into Aquarius, and now we're really going to be feeling this Aquarius energy, okay? And we have been in an Earth era. For like 200,000 years we've been in an Earth era. We've been in Earth signs for a really long time. We have now changed eras on Earth, okay? New paradigm, whole new paradigm. We're in air signs now, and we will be for the next 200,000 years. So we're going to be in an air, we're going to be in an air era, all right? So when we talk about like the age of Aquarius, this isn't just like the beginning of Aquarius season. This is an era where as Pluto moves into Aquarius, the human will be evolutionized. Meaning how we see the human, what we consider to be the human, how we view humanity's connection to itself, to each other, to our planet, and to all that is will change greatly. Let me block homegirl real quick because she's just a busy bee, right? How do I do this? There we go. We are blocking psychic medium. Sorry about that. Okay. Excuse me. So, how we feed the human is going to change drastically. And what I mean by that is, when you say to someone, how do you feed yourself? They're like, well, I eat this and I drink this, right? Well, what do you watch? What do you listen to? What do you think about? What is around you? How much EMF do you take in a day? What kind of appliances are you around? Like, all of these things factor into how we eat, because our body is eating and absorbing and interplaying with all that is at any given second. All right. And we're going to become more aware of this as we move into Pluto for a multitude of Pluto being in Aquarius, because for a multitude of reasons, with Saturn in Pisces and Pluto in Aquarius, mental health is going to be very sketchy. I've spoken about this before in prior readings and prior broadcasts, and when I talked about 2024 and how it would be different, I'm still holding with the same thing. The ability to ground right now and to create safe space within is paramount. More than ever before, because in just a few days Uranus goes direct, and whoo, it's really on. If you think it's wild now, you just wait. I love it. I absolutely love it. But the thing is, like, I see chaos in a different way now. I don't try to hold on so tightly, because by letting go in the most tumultuous and crazy times of my life and trusting when nothing looked like it was going to work out okay, and trusting a power greater than me so audaciously that I seemed psycho, I got through. And not only did I get through, I got to climb in, literally, I got to elevate my consciousness. And when I say that, this time, what I see in my head is like, when you only think that this is possible, right? Because you only think that things can stay right here because, well, God is only this good, and life is like this, and what do you expect, and blah, 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 blah. And like, you just have this limited thinking and this limited way of seeing things and interacting with them, right? Then they stay that way. But if you get your pants blown off and you lose the ability to rationalize or to apply the rules or to make sense of what's in front of your face, you can either fry out, or you can decide it was probably not even that stable to begin with, and I can choose something higher, which is what I did during these crazy times of my life. And so instead of seeing right here, it can only be this good, God is only like this, earth is like this, I had a choice to stay there or to jump and to be like, nah, man, my God is like this. My idea of possibility is like this. What I can fathom and entertain is like this. Oh yeah, I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to train myself to see here. I'm going to train myself to believe here. I'm going to train myself to behave here. And then lo and behold, I become here. Okay? And so for me, going through tumultuous times, a lot of chaos in a short period of time, a lot of pressure, feels like your Uranian shit show roller coaster. And what is it with these people? Why do they just jump out of nowhere? Interesting. Sorry, y'all. Spam. For those that are not on the live broadcast, we're just, we're giving high fives and love to the spammers. I lost my train of thought. Uranian shit show roller coaster. So, I was either like, I'm going to crap my pants or I'm going to throw my hands in the air. And that's what time it is on Earth. It's time to throw your hands in the air. The full moon in Leo is really illuminating what is going on deep inside you that you need to roll your truth about. Like, what's up, right? Where you be? Because the pressure of not roaring your truth is becoming increasingly uncomfortable, isn't it? So it's a beautiful thing. When we have this pressure that forces choice. That's what it does. It forces choice. I don't want to say force because you always have a choice. You can sit there in the pressure, which I did for a long time in a lot of ways in the pressure cooker. But then, once you get your ass thoroughly kicked by alcoholism and drug addiction to the degree that I did, it becomes a little easier to give up the bullshit. Meaning, I'm not as tough as I once was. I can't get my ass kicked like I used to. I just can't hang. I straight up can't hang. I'm like, nope, I tap. I'm out. I want an easier, softer way. And so I'm willing to let go quicker than I was. It's that time on Earth. I can't imagine what life is like right now if I watch the news. I don't watch the news and I haven't in 10 years. Which contributes to my beauty, by the way. And I ain't even playing. That thing in the beginning I was telling you about what you feed yourself, right? What you let come inside your vessel. I don't want none of that. Not inside my pretty self. No. So I don't watch any of it. But just because of the massive shift in energy that's occurring on Earth right now is magnanimous. And we're all feeling it in different ways. And as a super intuitive person, I can feel it in people, I can feel it in creatures. And the big thing I was thinking about today, and it's a trip because I'm a Capricorn, right? So I've had Pluto in my sign for 16 years, okay? Life feels like light and fresh. And my ass is not on fire today. And it's wild. And, I heard, I was hearing someone, give credit where credit is due. Leo King this morning, I was listening and he was saying something about how Capricorn season is over and it's no longer about the presentation of self. It's about can you network? And that's a paraphrase of what he was saying. But I really, really, really agree with that. I really, really, really resound with that because as a Capricorn, and when I say that, we've just been through this massive 16 years. We've just gone through this massive overhaul where the Capricorn systems were so dominant in how things present and how it's you have to be in this order, you have to do it like this, it has to be like this, it has to be like this. It's very Capricornian and it's heavy. It's very earthy, solid structures. This has to do with financial structures. This has to do with money. This has to do with government, all of that. I like my hair when it's epic. So it's a big shift going from that to air signs where technology is more than how you show up. It's a different, think about this. It's a completely different world. When I was, let's go 10 years ago, it's still about how you show up in an office. Still about your Capricorn self. Do you show up on time? Do you have your things in order? Do you have your documents? Are you doing, you know what I mean? It's not like that now. It's online. Because what I was about to say is the name of the game now that we're shifting in this energy and we're moving into the air signs and specifically into Pluto and Aquarius is he who knows about technology and is technology savvy is going to have a leg up on things. Remember that Aquarius is about connection and community, okay? So it's going, and in this era, it's about fast communication and fast technology. And as we're seeing that with AI and things that are changing, which brings me to also, with the introduction of AI, it's interesting, my son and I were saying yesterday, he brought up a website when he's writing a book. And he said, Mom, this is nuts. He says, I can edit my work to sound like Tolkien's. And he goes, AI can edit my work to sound like Tolkien. So then it brought me down this whole line of thinking, right? About, well, what makes a brilliant writer anymore? What makes a brilliant writer? Is it coming to the computer with the idea and then knowing when and when not to use AI, knowing when to transfer my own thoughts into someone else's way of presenting? Is it staying true to myself? Is it not even really having a great idea and being a firm understanding of technology? Like, whoa, change, right? Completely different. And as a tried and true Capricorn, for me, it just makes me want to really it makes me really appreciate my humanity. It makes me go back to basics. Again, I'm an earth girl. I'm an earth sign. It makes me want to have my hands and my feet in the soil with people that I love around me, and trees and flowers and clean water and sunshine, and going back to basics and living. I have to marry that with a completely new era where things move very fast, and without this device that I'm speaking through and able to travel to you through, I wouldn't be in your living room necessarily. So new paradigms present new possibilities and the probability for new boundaries. And all of that to me means, I better know who I am. I better know who I am so I can know what I'm about as the game board in front of me starts moving like this and changing like this. Because I don't want to get confused and forget how I want to play. That's the truth. And so, for me, that's why I say this is getting back to basics in my humanity. It is absolutely emphasizing grounding. Everybody needs to be connecting to other human beings. Check on people in your neighborhood. I do that. I need to relax my shoulders. Check on people in your neighborhood. People need connection now. Old school, old fashioned connection. I know it sounds so silly, but some people don't get any. Some people stay in their house especially if they have like stuff going on with their body or whatever, like they might not be as mobile and they don't want everyone to know about it. So I've gone through my neighborhood at several separate times in separate neighborhoods with a group of people and a clipboard and list your email and your names and we've had community get-togethers. I was raised military. That's not far-fetched. It's a pretty natural thing. For some of you, that sounds so foreign. I guess it all depends on how you're raised. And then I'm active in recovery now, so I check on my people, But it's just time, in my understanding, for old school, fundamental, basic human connection. We have not been taught about the creatures that we really are. We know so little about our biology, our energy, our conductivity, that all of those together are interdependent. Have you ever been taught that your biological balance is interdependent upon your energetic wellness? Some people still have a hard time swallowing that sentence. And yet, as we move forward, it's going to become painfully clear that we are multidimensional creatures processing multidimensional energies and that we are affected in the biology. Like, that's the whole trip of being here. You come with a set of beliefs, and you get to put some skin on with that set of beliefs. And you get born to a family that you've probably done some time with before. And they have the similar belief system that are probably going to reinforce it. And then you're going to get to grow up in that belief and choose whether or not to keep it, whether if it's beneficial or not. And there'll probably be some health stuff associated with the belief system that might have occurred to one of your parents before you. And some silly scientists are going to call that genetic. On an earth that forces adaptation and a body that has new cells, like completely from the rooter to the tutor in 2 years. That's impossible. You hear me? You hear that? That's the gospel truth. With a little bit of my flavor. But for real, I used to give this analogy all the time to people. I'll give it again. I haven't said it in a while. Unless you have an environmental pollutant on planet Earth, okay? We're on planet Earth. Unless you have an environmental pollutant in the pond. If you have a two-headed fish born, unless that two-headed fish, it can eat better and do better than what was there before, it will not thrive, and the whole pond will never be two-headed fish. Unless it is an adaptation to make the creature do better, you will never have a whole pond of something that got worse. Okay? That is the law of nature on planet Earth. Like the gospel truth with a capital G and a capital T. So that two-headed fish might have, and I'm just talking like a genetic mutation, not an environmental pollutant, okay? Because an environmental pollutant could produce an entire pond of two-headed fish. Absolutely. For a long time, like Chernobyl, right? But if you just have a two-headed fish and it doesn't do better, I mean, like the head try to go in opposite ways, it doesn't eat well. It might maybe have one more two-headed fish, maybe two, but you'll never have a whole pond of that. So the fact that humans have come under thinking and believing that we can atrophy as a species and steadily and progressively get worse is crazy talk. Crazy. Crazier that we're thinking it's harder to come in with a healthy body and to leave with a healthy mind. Don't you buy none of that. Don't you buy none of that. Let's pull us some cards. All right. Woo. I don't want to be dropping them. I'm pulling from the top today. That's what we decided. No matter what. We got two there. That's excellent. We're going to just take those as bonuses. All right, we'll pull a goddess card here. For those who are new to my readings, this is a goddess oracle deck, and I use these for all readings, but for both men and women alike, because I feel like that's the energy we need more of. We need more divine feminine presence in this world. The masculine is the mind. It is the human doingism. And the feminine is the body. And it's the beingism. It is the connection to self. It is the, can I calm myself? Can I create calm in my body? Can I bring my mind into my body? Can I marry the two? So we will pull that card in just 1 second. Oh, hello to you from the United Kingdom. What time is it over there? Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for being here. So we're reading for all signs. I will pull a card for each sign after we conclude the reading, okay? Eek. Heavy hitting today, y'all. Oh, lovely. Okay. This is beautiful. All right, so the overall theme for us in this reading is the Six of Swords. And in this card, in my deck, the Viking woman is pregnant, and you can see, like, her ships have come in. There's all these warriors behind her. The ships are thick. They are filled with supplies. They're filled with strapping, able-bodied, capable people. She is totally provided for. She has safe passage. All is well. Now, the energy presenting that we might be feeling is creating opposition is the Five of Pentacles. And it feels like we're out in the cold. I mean, look it. It feels like we're by ourselves. These are two monks outside. They're shivering in the rain. This is the card of homelessness. But if you look in the corner here, underneath my pretty nails, look, there's a monastery and the sun is out and it's beautiful. Right? So they could just turn around. And then the energy that we need to embody, and I'm going to pull for some more clarity on this, is the Eight of Cups. And this is taking time to learn. This is a spiritual journey within. This is really taking the time to go within and to connect. And she's safe. Look at this. This is such a beautiful card. This is one of my favorite cards. Look at the beautiful woman, the beautiful body. She's dropping her robe behind her. And she's got the torch. And in front of her are the goddesses. You see the statues that have lit her way. Look, it looks like Athena maybe. I'm not sure. I can't see from here. And she's going naked into this cave. And she's trusting. She's going to learn about herself. She's going to meet herself. The outcome of this is the Two of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So quite a dichotomy here. These two put together tell me that this means that we're able to decide to make a choice to get on a journey for our well-being, to face our fears. That's what this card is. This is the ultimate face your fear card. And if you look at it, you can tell it's in her head. None of these are poking her, really. She's not bleeding or anything. She just feels this. She's just freaked out. Alyssa 12. Yeah. Oh, I see your time. Okay, so see here. So we put these together, and this is about we are choosing, and then the other two that fell out were, look at this, the Star card and the Nine of Cups. Okay. So this is a lot to put together. Putting this all together. I'm sorry, I said the Star. It's the All Gifted. This is the first card in this tarot deck, and it is Pandora. So putting these all together, I put this as the universe has sent the boat. The boats are coming in. All right. And the thing is, and I haven't shown you one of these yet, we feel like we're in a boat out by ourselves. Look, I think they might even be in a little boat. Are they in a boat in the water? It looks like it. We feel like we're in a boat by ourselves because we don't know that we're connected to all that is. We feel disconnected, right? And so it's time to enter through to the connection of self, because we connect to all that is by connecting to self. An action step is the moon. The moon's about our intuition. So this is really about getting quiet and going within and learning what's inside. When I see this card in this reading, it means to me, I'm getting quiet and I'm going inside myself like this cave. And I'm finding all the little parts inside this cave. And I'm listening to all the little parts. And I'm seeing where has the water and the light come in and where has it not? And where does it need to? That's allowing me to face my fears. Knowing the power of the abundance that I have to get on the right track and to make a decision to be part of my own future. That's the All Gifted. That means like infinite power, infinite assistance, infinite connection. The energy for us to embody, for us to be, is the Ten of Cups. choosing to celebrate, choosing to see things as abundant. In the beginning, I was talking about this. I was talking about choosing to see things in an abundant nature. Because the choice is what actually influences the outcome. Life will present, circumstances will present for our evolution. If we judge them in a way that they are bad, that it's yucky, well, that prejudices the whole, it's like it throws a filter on the whole situation. But if we can make a decision that all the circumstances that occur are abundant, beautiful, and aiding in our evolution, then we can celebrate them. You can find something to celebrate in everything, no matter what it feels like. I swear to you, you can. And the minute you make a decision to do that, you freaking change your energy. When you change your energy, you change your heart space. When you change your heart space, you change your heart resonance. And what I mean by that is you change your vibration. When you change your vibration, you change your focal point of attraction. And that's the name of the game. It's like all these things are out there floating around. And if you want some of them, you got to become a match to them. And you got to do that by creating that vibration within your own vessel in your heart space. Okay? We pulled Persephone in experience, and 4 and 2, 42 is 6. And 6 is about spiritual balance. 6 is a circle. So let's see. This card says, sometimes not knowing is a great gift. Right now, the Greek goddess Persephone invites you into a state of open-hearted learning. Discernment comes with experience, and at this moment, it's okay to admit you don't know or fully understand what is in front of you. Be curious and teachable. The goddess Persephone will be with you to ensure you will not fall prey to unconscious commitments and dangerous alliances, just as her own naivete caused her to strike a terrible deal with the god of the underworld. That said, every experience has value. No matter what choice you make right now, the consequences will have a lasting effect as you integrate the lessons and travel the road of destiny. Can I have an amen at the congruence and come together on that one? That's what it's talking about. We don't know right now. There's no way we can know moving forward. We are in a time on Earth that has never happened before. This whole conjunction that just happened on the 20th with the sun moving in and then Pluto following it into Aquarius never happened before. Nothing like this has happened. See, the universe is mathematical. Transits repeat. So you can usually track something back to the times it happened before and then find out what was going on Earth right now, the level of consciousness, human response, societal norms, a whole bunch of things like that. There's a ton of information. History does not repeat itself. Transits do. Energy does. Anyway, so we cannot know. We are inexperienced at best. And then with Uranus coming direct, as I was saying, it all depends on how you choose to see It all depends on how you choose to see the circumstances in front of you. I would imagine there's a lot of different perspectives in every head on those boats. Let us know the power of abundance in our thinking. 9 is we're getting close to the end of it. We've understood that when we face our fears and we go within and we allow our intuition to connect with all that is, we allow ourselves to marry our shadow self, to bring forth that part, then we get to choose to be on the road of destiny. We get to make the harder choice that powers our true desires. And we get to celebrate in that. There's a bit of celebration in this card and understanding that you're out of your own way and that you are part of the solution because you're choosing to be. Operative part here. I cannot stress enough how much moving forward, there's choices. There's choices in the inexperience, especially with Uranus coming forward. The roller coaster will be scary at some times, but you can still choose to smile. Our universe card says the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Let me tell you something with this that makes me want to cry. If you can embrace that the almighty loving universe loves you more than that one human on earth that you can think of that loves you so much, I'll say it this way. I trust everyone can think of, maybe I should go somewhere else with my analogy. Let me give you a gospel truth higher than that. Since I don't know who you know. And I don't know what it's been like for you. There is a power of creation, almighty, ever conscious, ever existing, ever beautiful, flowing energy that never misses anything and is wanting to love on us and support us more than we even know is possible. We regularly shut it down all of the time because we don't know how to allow ourselves to easily receive and connect more. There's ways all the time that we just shut down and we just block ourselves from receiving what's for our highest good. And yet it's right there. It's right there. And the truth is, it's always right there. It's like flowing to our feet, but we don't know how to receive it. And so if we can surrender the outcome right now, moving forward, especially as Uranus moves forward, Pluto's moved into Aquarius. I'm purposefully trying to be redundant in this video, so you understand. If you can give up needing to know, then the universe can get to work and things can shift and the outcome will be better than you can ever imagine. Things are shifting so drastically on Earth right now with all of our relations, with all of our own biology. Literally, our DNA is waking up on this planet. So there's no way we can know. And sometimes these things, even that are happening within our body, some of these changes feel scary simply because they've never happened to us before and they're foreign and we don't have any bearing on them. But they are not bad. They are good. It's just our unfamiliarity and our fear that makes them feel a certain way. And then we feel like we're outside by ourselves, unattached and disconnected. The truth is, it's flowing to us. And for most of us, since we don't just know how to feel that, we're working on going in and finding it. You have to make a decision. You might decide that you just want to make a decision right here with me right now to choose to feel that it's all the way it should be. Better than it ever could be. No matter what it looks like in front of your face right this very second. It's working its way out. It's in transition. And that allows us to surrender the outcome, to get out the way and let the you do its work. And she will always do better work than you could come up with. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let me see here. All right, let's see here. I'm going to pull a card for each sign. We are going to start with Aries. We'll start at the beginning of the zodiac. I'm not going to pop around because I might miss somebody. If I could have one of you love's timestamp, I would be greatly appreciative. If someone wants to throw up the time on this video right now, we are reading for Aries. Lise, I guess. I should turn it right side up. It's upside down. That doesn't mean I have to read upside down. Revelation. And she is inverted. So you have an alignment message, Aries. Your number 28. 2 and 8 means 10. 10 is the completion of a cycle. Have you done learned your lesson? All right. It says, Aries, sometimes life throws you a curveball and it feels like you've been hit by lightning. Perhaps a romantic partner betrays you suddenly. An illness strikes someone close to you. A job you expected fell through. A new employee turns out to be a dud. Or you get a huge tax bill. No matter what the subject, your task is to pivot and course correct according to the needs of the event. Choose. Choose, Aries. Even if you don't understand what's happening, don't second guess yourself. Some things are not meant to be predictable. And detours may be exactly what you need. Loss or bad news aren't the only options in this situation. You may have just been offered something you've always wanted, such as a proposal from a lover, a better job, or the chance to move. Your tendency might be to try to control the circumstance or worry you might not be prepared for the change. The goddess Lacey reminds you that the great goddess will never give you more than you can handle. Your alignment task is to surrender to what is in front of you. You can do this. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Probably a little more easily said than done for the Aries. Some bullheaded somebodies. But I don't know. I think it's actually sort of easier for fire signs to make all or nothing commitments. That's just my theory. I don't know if there's any truth in that. That's 100% my opinion. I will. I can take pictures of all of these cards too. Kat, hi love. Thank you. Thank you so much for the time. We are pulling for Taurus. Hey, you're a birthday girl, aren't you? You just had a birthday, didn't you? Isis, rebirth. Let me keep it on one subject so I do not confuse the watchers and listeners on other platforms later. Kat, happy birthday. I love you. Now we are pulling for Taurus, and we have pulled Isis, and she's inverted, upside down, rebirth. 2 and 4 is 6. 6 again, spiritual continuity. It's a circle, so I see for Taurus, I see conductivity with self on this. Like a circle around yourself. Getting to know yourself better with your immediate surroundings. That's what I feel like. I'm not sure if that's going to translate too well. Let's see here. The goddess Isis, with her powers of reincarnation, has a message for you. You are not broken. You are not wounded beyond healing. And opportunities are not necessarily lost forever. Your insistence on defining yourself by your losses and wound stories are not serving you now. Your alignment task is to fully accept things as they are. Choose to find a way to put the pieces back together. Let die what doesn't serve you and focus on what works. There is so much goodness to come from this situation, even if in this moment you feel trapped. The goddess Isis wants the best for you. As your fierce ally, she will challenge you when you get off track. So pick up the pieces, tell a new story, and find home again. You'll be amazed at how beautifully things come together when you reject the trap created by the stories you tell yourself. You have the key. Use it. And now what I said before, that makes more sense. A new home, a new circle, a new way of fitting into your circle, Taurus. How you see yourself differently now. Yes? Okay. If someone could, Kat, can you pop the time up for me, love? It is Gemini. We're pulling for Gemini. While I'm thinking about it, y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am doing a special on one question and overall readings. You can have a written reading or an online reading. And the other thing I wanted to tell you is wash your hair. Wash your hair on new moon and full moon days and get your physical body outside with your feet on the ground and your head, your crown chakra, under that moon. It doesn't matter what the weather is. The moon rays still go through the clouds and the rain. Gemini. It's just rain, mama. Lakshmi, fortune, 27. 2 and 7 is 9. 9 is the understanding of, thank you, Kat, the understanding of a cycle. It's not the completion, it's the understanding of the process. It is the learning coming together. That's what I'm looking for. So Gemini, she says, hey, you're okay, go lay down. You're okay, go lay down. She says, when the Hindu goddess Lakshmi comes to visit, she heralds a celebration of your purpose, wisdom, and compassionate prosperity. Gemini, all your experience and all your skills are rich with meaning and purpose. As a result, you can expect to see the evidence of this wealth in the world around you. You can have the ability right now to create great success in your life. And what you have to offer has exalted value. I lost my little bearing right there for a second. I was almost like, so I'm giggling. The goddess of luck and prosperity says it's time to share your good fortune with others. And she will show you how it multiplies when you apply gratitude, praise, and a commitment to serve. If it's material success you intend, you shall co-create it. If it's a relationship life, you will attract and develop it. You are a magnet for miracles. Nothing is out of reach when the great goddess Lakshmi comes calling. So Gemini, you're a mercurial sign anyway. So conditioning your mind to see the wealth in a situation. You can do that by actually observing the bounty in anything, finding the beauty. You can also simply be grateful for what's in front of you. Find any even little thing to be grateful for. And that will absolutely intensify the things that are wonderful in front of you. We're moving on to Cancer. And also, y'all can listen for a card for your ascendant. That means the card, that means the sign that you were born in. And then you can also listen for your rising sign, which is the sign that most of the people around you recognize you as. That's the characteristics that we see you as. And then you can listen for your moon sign. Your moon sign is your emotional self, the way you nurture yourself, the way you connect to yourself and others and all that is. So each of these might be beneficial for you right now if you want to take them and apply them to your ascendant, your rising, and your moon sign. Okay. Lovely Cat, can I have a cue for Cancer? We are pulling for Cancer. We are throwing cards at Cancer. Cancer. Oh, Cancer, sweetie Cancer. You got to pull daggers, love. Good God. We've got Kali. And she's about liberation. She's right side up. Shorty, she ain't playing. Cancer about to throw down, which is not exactly cancerial. Is that a word? By the way, 5 and 2 is 7. Feels like a spiritual spiral in this one. Your growth right now is not linear. You're kind of going in circles, but you're going in circles on the way up. All right? This says you're being invited by the Hindu goddess of liberation and revolution, Kali, to address the aspects in your own shadow nature that have held you hostage to old ideas and no longer serve who you want to become. You can no longer define yourself by your victim story and expect to succeed in your life. Choice. All right. There is a beauty in liberation that is deep, fierce, and courageous. It rises from the willingness to break the chains of the past in order to transform into something new. You may be afraid to set boundaries with others, but the goddess Kali has come to lend you her daggers. For you must cut ties with the familiar ideas about life that have determined your place in the world up until now. Have you been holding back on shining in the world because you're afraid of the reprisal or the judgment of others? This helps no one, Cancer. You must step into life authentic and glowing. Get out of your shell. Refuse to allow the potential judgment of others to affect you. Say no, Cancer, just say no. Every day, claim your power to liberate yourself from caring what others think. When you are asking for the wisdom to live and contribute, to do no harm, and to serve for the highest good of all. None of this matters, even if you must, let me read that again, sorry. When you are asking, I did read it correctly, when you are asking for the wisdom to live and contribute, to do no harm, and to serve for the highest good of all, none of this matters, even if you must tear down that has been built. Tear down what has been built. Kali will help you whenever you need to be courageous, even when you are not afraid, I am slaughtering this reading, and I apologize. Let me read those last few sentences again. We're reading for Cancer. Every day, claim your power to liberate yourself from caring what others think. When you're asking for the wisdom to live and contribute, to do no harm, and to serve for the highest good of all, none of this matters, even if you must tear down what has been built. Kali will help you whenever you need to be courageous, even when you are most afraid. Be fierce and be loving and be willing to learn. Life will respond in miraculous ways. Okay, so I think that last sentence was goofing with me there. Because usually we do want the wisdom to live and contribute, to do no harm. I don't think that being courageous is doing harm. I think when a fire blazes through a forest and germinates seeds that only pop in high degree heat, I don't think the fire is like, oh, sorry, did I burn you? My bad. I think it's a force of nature. So Cancer, rise up and be. Setting boundaries. If you think about it, I think the other way. I think humans think that setting boundaries that allow them to rise up to their fullest potential, if it affects others and hurts their feelings, they think that that's not the way to roll. I, on the other hand, think you should honor what's inside of you regardless of how it affects anyone around you. That's their problem, not yours. But that's my personal opinion. Again, 100% my personal opinion. We are reading for Leo. If I could have Kat put up a time, I would be eternally grateful. We are reading for Leo, 1 and 8, Gula. This is lovely. Gula is the goddess of healing. 1 and 8. 18 is also numerology in 9. And again, we're talking about the understanding and completion of some learning here. So Gula, the Babylonian goddess of medicine and healing, has come to guide you as a blessing and for your well-being. You're being invited to address the areas of your life that need healing. Perhaps you have moved so quickly through your life that you've forgotten about self-care. Perhaps the stories you've told yourself, Leo, about who you are need healing. We don't always see that we are hurting ourselves or others. Take heart, for Gula comes into your world as your ally, saying that now is the most auspicious time to focus on healing in all aspects of your life. Only good will come from your actions here. In fact, now is also the perfect time to see your shadow. Hey. In fact, now is also the perfect time when you can be assured that you can heal rifts with others as well. Be sincere and call upon Gula for this precious commitment. You may also be called to the path of the healer now. If so, the goddess Gula supports this wholeheartedly. You just need to be willing, respect others, and do no harm. Miracles will arise as if out of nowhere. Thank you, Kat. So, Leo, I wanted to say like 4 things at one time, and I can keep them all straight. It's pouring again here. I told you we got just this little window of sunshine earlier, and I was so grateful. So Leo, this is saying it's the perfect time when you can be assured you can hear rifts and that you might need to focus on yourself. You are the, what's the word I'm looking for? You are the opposite zodiac sign of Aquarius. So that's how it also works. When our opposite sign comes under massive adjustment, we are affected as well. So Leos are also under massive transition right now. Another thing that I will share that I understand, and I have said this in videos when I talked about 2024, and moving forward, when Pluto moved into Leo, we experienced the baby boom. We had a lot of souls coming to Earth. So we are going to experience the energetic polar opposite of that. as Pluto moves into Aquarius. And I believe we will have a lot of souls leaving the earth. We're pulling for Virgo. Kat, if you don't mind throwing it up again, I would love it. Can I have a time for Virgo, please? I'll pull the first card for you, Kat, as soon as we're done. Yes, she does. The storm is near. She's super, super smart. That's my best girl. I love her so much. You guys see her sometimes on social media. We're talking about my dog for those who are listening on podcast. We are pulling for Virgo. I almost got my signs mixed up. Pulling for Virgo, woo, you got Athena, knowledge. Number 5, right side up. She's got an owl with her. So you got knowledge. Athena is working with wisdom. And 5 is the number of change. 5 is like spokes on a wheel. They keep on turning. So, what's going on for you, Virgo? Let's see. This says, Athena, the Greek goddess of intellect and strategy, says knowledge is power. You're in a perfect position to gain greater clarity at this time. Your hard work is paying off, and everything you've learned about life has brought you to this moment in time. Your knowledgeable, logical choices and intentions are aligned with divine will. Your intellect is keen and your mind is clear. You know what you have to do. Right now, the world is making sense. You don't have to question or debate it. You can take things at face value. If you think it adds up, that's because it does. Have courage, my love. Your most precious dreams are within reach. The goddess Athena will help. That's a lovely card to receive right now, Virgo, because with Uranus, if you sit around and you think too long on things, your opportunity to make a decision will be taken from you. That's going to be key. See, again, y'all, air energy versus earth energy. We are moving faster. When we were in the earth signs, we've been able to think about things for a while. We mull it through the Capricornian structure. We talk about it with some people. We, I want to say we act like old people and analyze it. Not exactly, but this is not that. Uranian energy is very young. It's very fast. Air energy is faster. And so we don't get the same amount of time to make decisions as before, which also stresses the need to become more intuitively connected so that we can learn to show up in a space where we can default and choose harmonious responses, as opposed to a space where we're wound up and tight inside and we react, regardless of what we see, based on what we hear and see. That's not really where we want to be. So, pulling for Libra, if Cat can, old people, right? Well, like, we're both Capricorns. We're like super serious. We're set in our structure. We do things a certain way, especially those of us that are military. Oh my gosh. It's so funny because now that I'm so removed from that world, I realize like how much my default is like Capricorn, military. Like, I really have to. That's why I get those that are struggling with like, I've had to train myself to have an imagination. I've had to literally like choose all these things that I'm telling you. I've had to do myself. I've had to choose to see differently so that I don't just cerebrally respond to everything in my same default manner, which doesn't give me much allowance for moving forward. I forgot what I'm on. Where am I? Libra! Kali upside down. So there she is. You've got daggers. Maybe some disconnecting with your own junk that's not the happiest inside you. 2 and 5 is 7. That's what this one feels like. Spiritual change, disconnecting with beliefs that are holding you hostage. When resentment and anger fester below the surface, The unprocessed emotions simmer until they boil over. It's easy to project anger, envy, and ancient inherited rage on others we perceive as the source of our discontent. When something triggers these emotions, we can project onto strangers as well as the people closest to us. Nobody wins when so much pain is unleashed in the world. Take heart, for you are not alone. Know that rage and fury must have a place to be expressed, and you can use this energy to make something extraordinary and find a new way. You can choose. You can choose. I just saw the indicator helping me. Thank you. Let's see here. And find a new way. The fierce liberation goddess Kali offers her daggers to help you cut ties to stories you tell yourself about your past once you've expressed and processed them. No matter what your conditions, your alignment task is to find a way to channel this rage, this anger, these feelings into creativity. Make something of it, of yourself, so you don't create destruction just because you can. Be willing to be teachable, even if it feels uncomfortable. When you know more, you can do better. Reminds me of Maya Angelou, when you know better, be better. Or I probably slaughtered that, but be willing to take full accountability for the energy you bring into the world. Kali knows the fierce dark love she brings will not always be comfortable, and the process of transformation requires rigorous self-honesty. You have what it takes. Now make something meaningful and be someone you're proud of. So Libra, that's a heavy-hitting message. This makes me think of when, I have decided to tell this story recently about my past, where I went through some really, let's call them molding years, okay? And I had some circumstances that were heavy-hitting, heavy-duty, and I had to choose to live. I had to choose to think differently, to see my situation as differently, to be different. I really did. And in that, I had to understand that if I didn't choose to see the situation in a joyous light, understanding that I was growing from it and that it was offering good things for me, then I was bringing really heinous energy into the world. And that, of course, I would be a focal point of that same heinous vibration to be coming back to me. So cutting ties with the stuff that we tell ourselves about our past, once we've learned, we can even choose to celebrate that it's made us who we are. That is the power of understanding a cycle. And once you do that, you can manifest a new day. Like this says, I can choose to tell a story about it. I can choose to write a book instead of just sit and stew, tell people what was done to me. Yes? Okay, we're moving on to Scorpio. You sassy, creepy Scorpios. Just teasing. I like to give Scorpios a hard time because I am a North Node in Scorpio. So I'm all about going down these super crazy, explore the most radical belief systems and sepulchers of the earth, random shit that happens. Yes. And that's to me like that's the epitome of a Scorpio. Like Scorpio ain't even afraid to be walking up in there. Scorpio's like, bring it on. You got snacks? All right, so we are reading for Scorpio. Thank you, Kat. You are amazing. All right, here. That's thunder. I wonder if I should just say run it back, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna read it again because I have different intuitive understandings and thoughts each time. So Scorpio, you are Kali upside down on a 7. 7 just feels this time like severance. I think Scorpios have been in a fog. I think Scorpios are having to realize that they thought some stuff was the world and it's really them. That the disconnect from the world that they felt, if things aren't working out, and they've really thought it's this, they're just now starting to see, whoa, maybe that's the way that I plug in. Maybe that's me. Maybe that is my perception on things, and that is a beautiful and really scary place to be, because once you realize that what's in front of your face is an absolute and utter reflection of what's going on inside you, it forces accountability, and or utter denial. Those are pretty much the spots you're in at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? You're getting bitch slapped. And you can either decide that, whoa, I might want to realign some of these thinkings, because it really doesn't feel good. Or you can continue to decide that it's society, it's him, her, them, it. But I think because Scorpios are really cerebral, they're seeing that right now and it's tough. When resentment and anger fester below the surface, the unprocessed emotions simmer until they boil over. It's easy to project anger, envy, and ancient inherited rage on others we perceive as the source of our discontentment. Make no mistake, you don't have to open your mouth to do any of that. You don't even have to tell anyone. This is what I'm talking about. This card, let's get deep, is about understanding where you're projecting rage and anger and envy, and this is for everyone, an ancient inherited rage on what we perceive as the source of our discontent. Okay? That means like we're stewing inside. So you can't even be aware of where you're stewing or what's going on unless you get quiet and allow yourself to intuitively connect and feel. Right? When something triggers these emotions, we can project onto strangers as well as the people closest to us. Nobody wins when so much pain is unleashed in the world. Take heart, for you are not alone. Know that rage and fury must have a place to be expressed, and you can use this energy to make something extraordinary and find a new way. Harness that power. The fierce liberation goddess Kali offers her daggers to help you cut ties to stories you tell yourself about your past once you have expressed and processed them. You gotta go in. You can't stand outside and run your mouth about what you think it might be like in there. You gotta walk your ass on in. No matter what your conditions, your alignment task is to find a way to channel this rage, this anger, these feelings into creativity. Make something of it, of yourself. So you don't create destruction just because you can. Be willing to be teachable even if it feels uncomfortable. When you know more, you can do better. Be willing to take full accountability for the energy you bring into the world. Kali knows the fierce, dark love she brings you will not always be comfortable. And the process of transformation requires rigorous self-honesty. You have what it takes. Now make something meaningful and be someone you're proud of. All right, that's a heavy hitter, Scorpio. That's a big deal. So we're on to Sagittarius. The big gurus of the universe. I mean, of the zodiac. That's what I meant to say. I was just thinking after those quite a few Kalis in a row. Y'all love on your neighbor. Be like, I was listening to a woman talk about her roommate the other day, and she was all pissed off about her roommate. And she was saying how her roommate did this, and so she did this, and she did this, and she did this. And then she looked at me, and I said, I hear two scared kids that need to share a bowl of soup. And she looked at me, and I was like, y'all need to sit at a table and have a bowl of soup together. Like, you're both little scared humans. My point about this is, I just read about people who are having to disconnect from their fundamental belief system that they've probably held for a really long time. I'm speaking from firsthand experience. That's a scary place to be. It's really a hard, scary place to be when you are having a spiritual awakening, which means getting your shit handed to you. And what you're learning is that your perceptions are bullshit and you are the freaking problem and you're the one in the way and that you're the one creating the stuff that's in front of your face. Like, it's the game changer that I think we come for. And it's beautiful because with that, if I'm the problem, I can also be the solution. But in that, it means I can't blame anybody in front of me anymore. I can't say you're the problem. I can't run my mouth about the fact that I'm too much, so I can't be on this reading because other people won't like me, or they won't like the way I present myself, or because, all this bullshit projection that I can give myself that keeps me from honoring who I want to be and what I want to do, right? And I've had a lot of time to practice, and that's why I try to be myself in front of you so you can see me practice. But most of the humans around you have not had so much time to practice. Most of them have not spent as much time in their mama's closet trying on their mama's heels as I have. So when we all walk into the hallway and we're all like fumbling all over our heels and I look like a little bit like I've got it, it's because my little punk ass has been in there a long time trying on those shoes. Okay? But your neighbor hasn't. So tell them they look great and hold their hand. And don't let them get too close to the stairs just yet. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really time to encourage our fellow playmates and be like, I think you're doing a great job. Okay, so it doesn't make sense today. I'll hold your hand. Just play for a little while till it does. I know that sounds nuts, but that's what time it is on Earth. I mean it. Sagittarius. 22, Iris, communication. 2 and 2 is 4. Sagittarius. We are manifesting better communication. It also feels to me like you might be writing. You might be sharing some of your experiences with us in the form of writing. Don't do AI writing. I want to know how you write, by the way. Anyway, you have to go back to the beginning if you don't know what that means. Yeah, 4 is a solid. It feels like a table. You can sit on your table now. You have processed the experiences, and you're ready to choose how you want to move forward. You're ready to say, okay, this is the way. This is my passion. I'm choosing my path. And in that, you're going to move forward in a new experience. Like I said, I really feel like it has to do with writing. But with Sagittarius, anyway. Clarity and communication is what's called for, as your worlds will have your words will have great impact on others right now. It is a wonderful time to start writing that book, telling new stories, and sharing your experience, strength, and hope with others. You have everyone's ears, so choose your message wisely. Others will also desire positive and fruitful communication with you, so get ready for some amazing new opportunities to come from these discussions. Just remember to stay open and be clear about expressing your deepest desires, always speaking with integrity, kindness, and respect for yourself and others. The Greek messenger goddess Iris is thrilled to help your words take flight. Communication improves in all your relationships when she comes to visit. Most important, however, Iris reminds you of the communication you have with the universe. You are in a mutual dialogue, and now is the time to pay attention to the signs and the omens in your life. Trust this important yet subtle communication. It will never lead you astray when you listen and act accordingly. With that, when we write things down, we are signaling to the universe our part in it. We are transferring energy in forms. When we write things down, we are taking them from energetic form, an idea, an impulse, a want, a desire, and we're putting words on it. We are making it a manifest sentence, a matter form. It's a transference of energy. It is dialogue with the universe. Hone your ability to get quiet right now, Sag, and help your dialogue with the universe. I had something else to say about that. I held up this because dialogue with the universe, thoughts, not just about everything, but how you talk about yourself. How you talk about yourself is really important right now. Okay, we are pulling for Capricorn. Capricorn, even if I weren't one, I would be partial to you because you just had Pluto in your sign for 16 years. And I love you. And you are free now. I love hearing that the cards resonate for you. Please post your experience below. If the card sits with you, let me know if it's your ascendant or your rising sign or your moon. Sometimes I shoot you a little more info in Messenger if I have some ideas that come later. So let me know if you're watching how the cards sit for you. So we're pulling for Capricorn. Kat, thank you so much. That is so helpful. Capricorn, upside down, Demeter, nurturer. Number 11. 11 is the prime. It is a master number. It is also 1 and 1, 2 together, partnership with self. This feels like not enough self-love. Probably too much. I'm not super familiar with this card, but for Capricorn, for me, it feels like, well, you know what it really feels like? For Capricorn, it feels like, I feel like we're trying to judge ourselves right now on whether or not we passed. It feels like since Pluto left our sign, and there's like a change of energy, it's like, did you learn the lesson? And most of us are pretty harsh judges of self because we're Saturn-powered people. So that's what that feels like. It feels like perhaps we could be a little more kind in the observation of our evolution. That's a pretty sentence. Upside down, do you sometimes overgive to people till you're an empty well? Perhaps you've attracted others who are needy and want you to look after them. Or you might be in a pattern of people-pleasing because you're afraid to set boundaries. There is a sticky quality to connections based on this need to be needed. Ooh, that's me. Although the possible repercussions for setting boundaries are in your mind, your body holds on to fear tightly, so it can be scary to make a change. No one wants to admit that they're in manipulative or codependent relationships or dynamics, but it's important to be honest about where you find yourself now. Demeter knows the price of this way of being, as it caused her to lose something so dear to her. Now she has come to you to show you another way. Your alignment task is to recognize that it's time to step back. Take a breath and say no to the behaviors and people you know are draining you. It's that simple. The divine is the one with the plan. Gather your love, your nourishment, and your self-worth. Choose how to nurture and how you want to receive it. You are so loved when the goddess Demeter brings you her nurturing energy to help you course correct. Boom! I got a whole lot to share on that for the cap. Okay, so because you're the goat and you are capable of putting a whole lot on your back and taking that all the way up the mountain to the top to commune and become the unicorn, like that's your thing, that's who you are, Capricorn. But that doesn't mean that's your job, okay? Not only is it not your job, Capricorn, is to get to the top of the mountain. I am learning this firsthand. It doesn't mean that it's everyone else's jobs around me. It doesn't even mean it's everyone else's aspiration, number one. Number two, like this says, they have their own plan with the divine. So me thinking that setting boundaries is not going to do them well, or that I need to nurture them or mother them or overbear them, right? Which is we're the opposite sign of Cancer, right? You know, I'm not helping them. Where was the sentence? The divine is the one with the plan. I'm learning now that where I think someone needs so much more that I need to go make it right, that like they were actually made that way in accordance with all that is. And it's their job to decide if they're going to fix that or make it different. I'm the one choosing as the Capricorn to assess whether or not they need to do something better and calling it nurture, right? But by backing off and setting boundaries and not overgiving, I'm actually teaching people to take better care of themselves. And that's a beautiful thing. So, and the cool thing too is like we're in manipulative and codependent relationships with people that are just like us. We're never like, I love it when people come to me and they're like, well, my wife is really codependent, but you're not. She is. She's a mirror of you and you're in a relationship with her, but you got it all figured out and she does not. We're in manipulative and codependent relationships because with others that are manipulative and codependent because we are manipulative and codependent. And so when we start to fix those relationships with ourselves first, setting healthy boundaries, because we become aware of our own energy, we become aware of how to take care of ourselves better. And when we set those boundaries to take better care of ourselves, we in turn teach those around us to take better care of themselves. That's how it works. Monkey see, monkey do in a beautiful way. Yes. All right, we are pulling for Aquarius. Thank you all for being here with me. Again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am offering a discount on readings. You can get a 1-question reading, or you can get a any other kind of like prosperity, love, relationship, life path. And I have written readings and I have online video readings. So you can DM me if you'd like more information. Have I pulled for Leos yet? Yes, I pulled for Leos. We are on Aquarius. You can go back once this is over. You can run it back. This is your full moon. So this is for Aquarius. And we have Parvati. She's for devotion, number 41. 4 and 1 make 5. 5 is change. And this was inverted. All the psychics come out the woodwork when you come on. It must have been, I must have tagged a word this time that brought everybody out, because that doesn't usually happen like that. But either psychic or, I don't know, reading. I don't know. I'm not sure. By the way, we're all psychic. We're all intuitive. We're all empathic and narcissistic. Yes, because you see, those are just polarities and duality representing the same dynamics. So when you say that, oh, she is a psychic, so are you. She might have honed her abilities better, but all of us possess the ability to be psychic, intuitive, empathic, and narcissistic. So you really can't cry about someone being a narcissist and having power over you. Notice they ain't crying about being narcissistic and you trying to suck theirs. Anyway, that's a whole nother talk for a whole nother day. We are on Aquarius. The goddess Parvati comes now to offer her help because blind faith in others isn't serving you, and devotion to something undeserving may be showing up in your life. Ask yourself why you are so committed to someone or something you know deep down will fail you. Are you afraid of seeing things as they are? What if you let go and allow a higher force to guide you to the right people, places, and things that are of your highest good? Can you remember when the devotion to this ultimate spiritual partnership was reciprocated? Consider what happens when you place your attention only on money, status, ambition, and power. The world becomes narrow and you lose connection to a higher existence and your greater good. The goddess Parvati offers this alignment task. Get your spiritual life in order. Make prayer and meditation part of your daily routine. Act as if you believe that what is for you won't go past you, and what must proceed will do so without your interference. Powerful sentence. You'll be amazed at how everything falls into place. The goddess Parvati reminds you that you are loved and cherished. I love you. Thank you for being here with me. I'll pull cards. If you want an individual card, I can pull for a couple of you after when I'm finished with the group reading. Aquarius, you know, I remember when I started studying astrology, one of the most profound things for me learning about Aquarius that I found to be like, wow, is that the things that will really trip your trigger and light you up will seem absolutely foreign in your current society. That's a really big deal, okay? So with that, you may have been trained to think that you have to serve an idea or a way or a system within yourself or around you because that's just how it's been. But are you afraid of seeing things how they are? You have the power of Aquarius to bring forth new insight. You know, you're super innovative. You're super creative. So if you can allow yourself to focus on more of these things, and as it says, make meditation and prayer important. Make them part of your staple life. Start your day with these things, and then you will notice that what comes to you, air sign, what you are receiving, is more on the wavelength you want to be on. Yes? Okay, final sign. We're reading for Pisces. Thank you all so much for being here. You will be able to watch this whole reading after we conclude the live broadcast. You can run it back, or you can watch it on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. If you're interested in a personal reading, please DM me. All right, pulling for Pisces. Pisces Ascendant, Pisces Rising, Pisces Moon. Esther, New Beginnings. Number 13, she's inverted. So 13, again, also a master number. And 1 and 3 is 4. So we're working on manifestation. Put all that together for Pisces, New Beginnings, manifestation. Pisces is the most experienced and evolved sign of the zodiac. It's the last sign of the zodiac. So for me, the Pisces are the seers. And the way that those seers can really do their part right now and so serve the collective is by choosing to see the highest possibility. And what I mean by this is I am a Pisces moon. And I do travel to, we'll call it the other side, to see probabilities. I am able to connect and learn information. These are not the same, it's not the same process like put into words, so I always try to find the best words to articulate my process. But I have a Pisces moon, so I have a very intuitive moon. I have a high feeling moon. I have an evolved moon. I have the ability to see different potentials in situations, in each person in front of me. I regularly practice this with people. And so, when I meet a person, if I feel separate vibes, I choose to, maybe that's not the, let's scratch that one. As a Pisces, right now, you can serve the collective by choosing to see the highest potential. If you have the ability to tune in and to see all these changes in front of you, you can choose to focus on the one that is the most beneficial for the collective, the highest vibration. So if you, it's like I've told this before, I will tell it again. You have a person that walks up in front of another person and hits him on the chest. And then you ask the bystanders, what happened? One person says, man, one person walked up to another one and punked him in the chest. Another person says, I really don't know what happened. One person walked up and pushed another one. Then another person says, I saw an act of kindness. I saw a really disturbed human walk up and push another person, and another person not respond, just hold love in their heart and hold their space. It was beautiful. Those are 3 really different understandings and perspectives of the same occurrence. They are 3 different heart resonances in their observation, in the observer's choice of seeing, of how they choose to see. Yes? So the Pisces right now can choose to be the 3rd. Choose to see people, and they're changing right now as beautiful, as in process, for all of us. Please. Because you are the seer, Pisces, and you're capable of doing it past what some of us are. So that's your service. And with that, I thank you. Esther, New Beginnings for Pisces. Look to the potential hidden in promising connections and opportunities. The difficulty arises when you think you already know how something will go. You might do something prematurely or miss an amazing experience that's right in front of you because you're looking in another direction. The real lesson is not in whether something works out, but in how you manage your curiosity so you can experience something new. Life is for learning, and right now your alignment task is to be with what is, which is perfect as it is. Look at the lessons in your life and how they are repeating. You'll find that when you come to understand them, you'll know why your current situation happened. Everything has a purpose for new life. Even disappointments can turn into miracles. Trust that the goddess of the dawn, Esther, will bring light and hope in your heart for good cause. Even if it's different from what you expect, it's always beautiful. That's an echo of what I said. I love that. The real lesson is in what is not something works, but in how you manage your curiosity right now. So you can experience something new. That's really profound for all of us, especially moving into the new Aquarius season, Aquarius era, Earth era. Some people mistakenly think that the age of Aquarius is when everybody says fucking kumbaya and does everything the same. No, it is not. It is understanding that each soul gets to live the way soul wants to live. And that actually, even if someone is living heinously, I get to choose that it doesn't affect me. The age of Aquarius is in choosing autonomy and independence in our own evolution and our own consciousness, and not blaming everything around us and becoming accountable, so to say. So in this, we can choose to see that we can choose to be curious as opposed to sentencing new experiences as one way or the other, because the truth is we don't know. There's no way we could know. So to say that they are good or bad is truly erroneous. So for the Pisces right now, basically, keep your assessment open. Decide it's beautiful. Choose beauty. That same 10 of Cups. Okay, I'm pulling a card for Kat, who has been with me for this whole time and has posted timestamps, and I am so grateful. So let's see what a card for Kat says. Y'all, Kat and I go way back. I love that. Some of these people on here, it's been a long time. We've known each other for a long time. I love it so much. See, it's funny because I have the tendency to want to run my mouth about how these things, these devices can get in the way of so much life and function. But then I have to remember that it also opens a door for connection, which I wouldn't have to the same degree. So I choose to focus on what I love about. I choose to talk about how beautiful it is, for the connection that technology grants me. Iris communication, and it is upside down. So 2 and 2 is 4. This is for you, Kat. She says, you are facing a moment with communication between you and others may have become disconnected. Perhaps people are withholding information from you, or they're not being clear about their motives. Now is the time to ask for clarity and to get clear yourself. If you're sitting on the fence and are ambivalent about your direction, say that. Your alignment task is to say no to playing games, no to coercion, no to manipulation and covert intentions. Take a straightforward attitude. Don't be afraid to hear what might disappoint you. Be clear and demand the same from others. The messenger goddess Iris knows the importance of clear communication, and she urges you to speak up for yourself. If you've come from an environment, family, or cultural history if you've come from an environment, family, or cultural history where you have not had a voice, this might feel like you're yelling, but that's all right. Times are changing. And now is not the time to be shy. It's okay to feel awkward or flustered, but the goddess Iris brings her powers of clarity and says, it is your turn to be heard. So gather your courage, sweet girl. The people who are important to you in the long term will listen and witness you, and then you can engage in positive conversation that leads to heartfelt solutions. Even if your voice feels untrue and comes from a victim mentality, you must still speak what is inside you in order to heal or damage it, or to find a way to the real truth. Let yourself be heard, and the great goddess will send strong teachers and wonderful allies for you. Let me know how that sits with you. With that, I want to tell you I love you. And it is a full moon. So it is a beautiful day to write down anything you desire to get rid of. And then you can absolutely take it into your fire pit after you write it down and set it on fire. Or you can bury it in the ground. And you're doing that same transmutation of energy that we were just talking about. You are taking something that might be inside you, that might feel like pressure, that might feel like hurt in here and in here and in here. And you're taking it out of you and you're putting words on it. So it's like it comes out. Yes, I will take a picture of those cards. Let me make a note for myself. It's coming out of you into words, onto paper, and then you bury it in the ground and Gaia transmutes that, or you burn it on fire, and then it goes from matter form back to energy. So it goes from energy in you to matter form to energy into the spirit world as the paper becomes smoke. How cool is that? Picture of Iris and picture of Litsi. I believe I was asked, right? Okay. I'm going to pull a card for Denise. I have a few more minutes. If anybody would like for me to pull a card for them, I would love to pull a card for you. Like I said, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am doing a special on readings. You can choose from a 1-question reading or from any of my normal readings. I have health readings, prosperity readings. Some people call them twin flame. You can call them how to attract a mate. You can find out about your life path, natal chart. There's all kinds of stuff you can learn. Ooh, Mama Keela, and she's upside down. The moon. 3 and 2 is 5. Change. She look like she ain't playing. Ooh la la. There's my book. Here we go. Okay. All right. She says, sometimes you feel out of sync with life, frustrated with the universe isn't providing you with what you desire. Do you want what you want exactly how you want it, and it feels like the great goddess is ignoring you? You may be wanting something to happen faster than it's meant to occur. Remember, the conditions of your life are temporal and ever-changing. Maybe you've just been unaware of the cycle you're in, and so you've been missing the signals. The moon goddess Mama Keela knows the cycles intimately, and she'll let you know when it's time for the next phase. Mama Keela is always on track with the cycles of creation, and you must trust this wisdom. Her alignment task for you is to recognize and work with the natural cycle you are in. You will be amazed as alignment with the rhythm of the universe allows you to once again co-create consciously and surrender to life on life's terms. What a beautiful dance when Mama Keela offers you her support. What was coming to mind is you and I have had discussion about the analogy where the trainer has the weight on his hand and does it every day, and he lifts the weight on his finger, right? And he can lift so everyone can follow along. Here we go. A trainer ties a weight to his finger. He lifts the weight on his finger every day. He can lift it every day. When he gets to like 45, he calls in his friend who has really strong hands. He's a mechanic. And he asks the mechanic to do it. And the mechanic lifts it 70 times, right? So then he keeps doing it every day. And he does it, and he usually caps out at about the same amount. What did I say? 45. He gets to anywhere like 40, 45, 47. He gets the same. And it doesn't increase. And then one day, he increases it. He keeps going, and it starts to, he goes past 45, he goes to 50, he goes to 55. He's like, whoa, this is crazy. So he calls his friend the mechanic in. His friend the mechanic still gets almost exactly the same amount, right? So he keeps doing this, and over time, what he learns is he goes in these blocks of development where it seems like nothing is happening. Nothing's growing or changing, and then all of a sudden there'll be this erratic jump and this drastic jump where he's able to lift it a whole lot more times. But each time he calls in the mechanic who has not been increasing and doing it every day with him and coming in, and he just stays the same until the guy actually surpasses the amount of the mechanic. And what its evidence is that the human systems, the body's biological, energetic, all of these systems, they take some time to hook up. It takes some time from A to talk to B to talk to C to talk to D. So like when we're thinking something, it takes a minute for us to make it into a belief, to make it into a behavior, to transfer it into our hands. When we've changed our mind and we're changing our lives and everything is changing around us, all of the creatures, all of the energy, everything manifesting around us is taking a little bit for A to talk to B to talk to C to talk to D. So that's what I hear in that the talking is happening, but I know from you firsthand you are Aries and you move fast. So it's probably not happening fast enough. Yes? Is there anyone else that would like a card? Joyce, are you still here? I would love to pull a card for you. Thank you for stopping by. Let me know if you're still here and I'll pull a card for you, sweet girl. Thank you all for being here. I love being with you. And I have to tell you, I will write about this too, but I learned... anyway, I'm not going to take too much more of your time, but I'm learning how to be of better service and be here in a better way by, it's the same old classic like recovery principle of realizing you're not that important. But what I mean by that is like, you know, some of us, we talk about the ego and we think the ego is like, my ego says I'm incredible. You know, my crap doesn't stink. I'm amazing. Well, mine goes the other way. Mine's like everything you think sucks and nothing you think is a good idea. And you should go stick your head in the sand. That's where you know it's bullshit too, right there, because it's like everything or nothing. It's no middle ground. My ego's not like, you know, you're pretty decent at this and you're pretty decent at this. Nope. My ego's like, you suck, you suck, you suck, right? So the less I listen to my ego, and the more I remember that I'm not really that important, that y'all don't spend that much time thinking about whether or not you like me, I'm able to be here better. And it freaking rocks. Like, I'm getting out of my own way, you know? I'm surrendering to the process. I'm just trying to do my part. All right, Joyce, let's do it. I'm so glad that card resonated for you, Denise. Joyce, you got Aphrodite, romantic love, number 2, and she's upside down. So you have an alignment message here. And 2 is the number of connection and also the number of duality. So it could be about connection with creator, with your higher power, also connection with yourself. It's an alignment message, so something might be a little disrupted there. It says your alignment task is to stay present, release judgment, and see the treasure of what lies in front of you. You may discover something painful is actually a beautiful gift. Indeed, it could be exactly what you need to release the old patterns that no longer serve you. Be careful of the addictive quality of longing, yearning for elusive love, and fixation on desired outcomes. This only creates more of the energy of unmet desire, and you may find yourself unable to discern what is true. Release expectations and attachments and simply see what arises. Remain aware and accountable for your side of things. Make amends if you need to, and trust it all as well. Even your partnership with the universe may need refining as you let go of your need to have things your way. Call on the goddess Aphrodite to lead you to a healthier, more satisfying experience. And what I felt in the first 2 sentences for you here, Joyce, was if you are able to let go of some of that fear. You might want to go back at the end of the broadcast, watch the beginning reading, because I think it'll really be beneficial for you. If you're able to let go of some of that fear, you can release the judgment and see what lies in front of you, that it could be something painful is a beautiful gift, and that old patterns no longer serve you, are ready to go. When we're afraid to see them, it can be overwhelming and we can feel like we're stuck in our boat, locked out from all it is, but we're really divinely provided for, and the circumstances happening are beautiful, but they don't look like that when you're scared. So let me know how that sits with you. Thank you all so much for letting me read for you. I am grateful to be with you on this beautiful new moon. I'm grateful to be sharing what I'm good at and letting myself do it. And I hope you do the same. I really hope you roar your truth. There's never been a time like it before on Earth. I mean, I don't know. I always think about this. When I check out with my creator, I'm learning more and more as I have more time here, that I don't want to be like, well, I just wasn't sure, so I didn't take the chance. I want to be like, I'd rather be like, yeah, I did. Okay, so that one went belly up in my face. A couple people, I had to make amends about that, you know, but I tried. I mean, I went for it. I gave it a go, you know, like, I'm not saying be reckless, but show up to life. Show up to life. Show up to your humanity. Especially now, with all this craziness coming in. Bring your fucking humanity forth audaciously. Be so audaciously human with your human feelings, with your human beingism. That we set a whole new way of interacting, of being, of understanding who we are and what we're capable of. Our creativity abounds. We are walking power sources. And as soon as we believe in such, as soon as we allow and start believing in such, things will change faster than we have any idea. I mean, it's just remarkable. It's just remarkable. And it all comes from, I packed up the cards, as each human takes the time to go within. That's what'll do it. First the individual, then the collective. Get to know thyself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in with me. Thank you for really tuning in. Thank you for tuning into your humanity on this full moon. If y'all want, full moons are about illumination and release, so you can write down the things that are no longer serving you. And like I said, you can write them down on a piece of paper and then go set them on fire and watch them turn into smoke. Say thank you for all of the lessons that have come to you, because they have been in service for your growth and evolution, as is all that is. I love you. I love you. I love you. If you're interested in a reading, please send me a direct message. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please give yourself a hug and get to know your neighbor. I love you. Bye.